Good morning. I want to share with you just a couple of thoughts on this glorious, beautiful morning. I found a little blooming almond tree to sit under near Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. Just wanted you to see this incredible view, morning sunrise experience. I learned a couple of beautiful things. Today is a special day, the Yahrzeit of Moshe Rabeinu. Moshe Rabeinu, nobody was like him. He was on a level unto himself, and especially in the realm of prayer. And I learned from the teachings of Yemim Mizrahi. Just want to share them over because everywhere I saw them, they're in Hebrew, and anyone who doesn't have access to that should, because they're such beautiful and powerful teachings. So today is an extremely most auspicious day for prayer. And there are three main ways that prayer is received, according to Rabbanit Yamima. We should do all of them all day long as much as possible. So the first one, citing the Ben Ish Chai, saying first of all we should light a candle for Moshe Rabeinu and Esther Amalka, and in their schut that our prayers should be heard and answered, and to start off with the prayer of saying uvachein, meaning even though I'm so broken and fallen, I've messed up so many millions of times, Hashem, you created me this way, and please answer my prayer. And just like Moshe Rabeinu raised his hands up into the air, and in the moments where his hands were up in the air and we were fighting Amalek, when his hands were up high in the air, showing his faith and strength in Hashem and God, we were victorious and successful. So she said to raise your hands up in the air and pray for everything, give everything over to Kadosh Baruch Hu, to Hashem, of everything that you want and need, and until your arms feel heavy, 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 and pray and pray and pray and give it all over to Hashem. Uvachein, even though, no matter what we've been through, no matter how low we've fallen, still, in any case, listen to our prayer and our prayers will be heard. The second type of prayer that will be answered is to say that in the, why would the joy of the good ones be held back, be kept from happening? Our great-great-grandparents, Avram, Yitzhak, Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, and Leah, they should be gladdened, they should be filled with joy to see our successes, to see us thriving, to see us coming into who we're really meant to be. So answer our prayers for their sake. And the third type of prayer is to say, going back to the story of when the Bnei Israel, when the Jewish people came out of Egypt, they left, and they were taken out with these great miracles. And we came into the desert, and it was many days, and we had no water and very thirsty, and the people cried out for water. And we came upon water, and the water was bitter. And the people cried to Moshe Rabeinu and said, how could it be bitter? And Moshe Rabeinu cried to Hashem and said, Kadosh Baruch Hu, you give us water, why would you give us bitter water? Why would you even create such a thing? And Moshe Rabeinu prayed to it, and Kadosh Baruch Hu, God answered Moshe and said, well, I created the bitter so that you would pray about it to turn it to sweet. So we should pray for all of the bitterness, any bitterness of our own, of the people that we love, of people that we know, of the world, the healing that we know that needs to come to the world in the global sense, in the particular sense, people that we specifically know, their stories, and knowing that there's so many more other stories, our own story, the bitterness that's there. We should pray to Hashem with all of our heart and with all of our faith that He's listening to us and He actually created the bitterness for us to pray about it, to pray that He turns the bitterness to sweet. So in the schut of Moshe Rabeinu, all of our prayers should be answered. We should see the coming of the Geula, the coming of redemption for all of us in particular, and together as a people and globally in all of the realms. We should see all of the bitterness turn to sweetness, l'chaim,